Okay, we're here with Paul, who's at the Occupy Chicago protest. Why are you protesting?
Well, our protest is about corporate greed. That means a lot of different people. But one of the reasons I was here personally is because of the banks and what the banks have done, mortgage scams, and taking people's properties away without some form of due diligence and due process.
I see.
It's really raped the American. Some banks raped the American people, and then got bailed out for it, and probably will get bailed out again.
I see. Okay, and what about the people who took the mortgages?
Yeah, that's definitely a big problem. Fraud. If you look at some of the fraudulent things they did with robo signing, they were looking at documents and foreclosing on people's houses without even knowing who these people were. Having people pay, like, I believe it was $8.25 an hour, and they were even greedy there. They couldn't even pay people to good dose of money to commit fraud. So they were looking at these documents before they closed all their houses. GMAC had 15 people, I believe it was, to look over to see if everything was right before they foreclosed. They didn't. It was just signed. Why was that? Because greed overcame ethics at that point.
I see. Now GMAC, that's partly owned by the government now, right?
I believe that is. I think we do own part of GMAC, and it goes by different names because another thing they were doing was spin-offs and spin-offs and spin-offs, like Ally, and there was so many. This company owns this company that owns this company. So when it came right down to it, we didn't know who owned what. Can I tell you a story, a short story?
Yeah, sure.
Judges in court just foreclosed on somebody's property, right? The bank comes in and says, foreclose on this guy's property. Goes back and looks at his docket. There were two other banks looking to foreclose on the same property. The judge comes back, he says, I'm going to do something I hardly ever done in my history as a judge. I'm going to reverse myself. We don't even know who owns this property. How can we foreclose on it?
I see. That's interesting.
So, I mean, most judges, I would say, are more conservative, so it is interesting.
Okay. So what's the end game?
The end game, that's a good question. I think a win for is different things for different people. We have our demands, but still, everybody has their reason for being here. Mine is just the social consciousness, part of it is social consciousness, and making sure that people are aware of what really went on. That's my part. So everybody's win's a little bit different.
All right. Are you working now?
I am a volunteer. I'm a full-time volunteer.
Oh.
And let me tell you this part of the
Sure.
story. Anything that I get from somebody else, I make sure that my volunteer activity, which is valued at $22 an hour, covers that. So for those people that say, you aren't working, I came here to Chicago, to help Chicago, based on the Obama legacy, Dorothy Day's legacy, Cabrini legacy. They were all, I mean, not Obama, but Cabrini and Dorothy Day were certainly volunteers and they did a lot of good work in this community. So I want to follow in their legacy.
All right. But are you looking for a full-time gig?
It is a full-time gig. This is a full-time
okay.
gig. It's, and I get overtime too.
All righty.
Thank
You know you're being paid?
People that like me, benefactors. And like I said, I make sure they get the money's worth.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.